What happens when artificial intelligence collides head-on with the world of human resources? Not just the tools and the tech, but the people, the culture, and the very nature of how we work? That's exactly what we're unpacking today, drawing from a fascinating conversation on the DX Show with Tim Flower and Tom McGrath, featuring a true heavyweight in HR research, Ben Eubanks. Before we dive into the substance, let's set the scene. The DX Show, short for Digital Employee Experience, is a podcast focused on IT changemakers, the people driving transformation inside organizations. And on this particular episode, hosts Tim and Tom are joining from different corners of the world. Tim stateside, Tom dialing in from Ireland. West Cork, to be precise, fresh off attending a friend's wedding. It's a warm, relaxed opening that tells you something important about this show's tone. This isn't a stiff corporate briefing. It's a genuine conversation between people who care deeply about where technology and work intersect. And that warmth carries right through to their guest introduction. Their guest is Ben Eubanks, Chief Research Officer at Lighthouse Research and Advisory. Ben is also an author, a podcaster, and a public speaker who has spent years studying how artificial intelligence is transforming the HR function. And crucially, he's doing it from the inside out, focusing not just on the technology itself, but on how humans actually experience it. So why does the HR perspective on AI matter so much right now? Think about it this way. When most people talk about AI in the enterprise, they focus on productivity, on automation, on cost savings. But HR sits at a unique intersection. It's the function responsible for the people who are being asked to change how they work because of AI. That tension is where the most interesting questions live. Ben Eubanks and his team at Lighthouse Research don't just speculate about these questions, they study them systematically. They conduct One of the core themes that runs through Ben's work is the idea that AI is not just a tool, it's a shift in how work gets designed. Historically, we've thought about jobs as a fixed collection of tasks. You have a job description, you do those tasks, you're evaluated on them. But AI is dissolving that model. Tasks are being automated, augmented, or entirely reimagined, and HR has to figure out what comes next. This isn't just a philosophical debate. Organizations right now are making real decisions. Do we retrain people whose roles are being automated? Do we redesign the job entirely? Do we hire different profiles of people going forward? These are HR questions, but they're being driven by AI capabilities. And most HR teams are still catching up to the pace of that change. Ben's research has also highlighted something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: the employee experience of AI adoption. Leaders often assume that if AI makes people more efficient, employees will naturally embrace it. But the data tells a more complicated story. Workers have real anxieties about surveillance, about job security, about whether AI will make their expertise feel irrelevant. Trust is the central variable. When employees trust that their organization is deploying AI with their interests in mind, not just to extract more productivity from them, they engage differently. They experiment more. This is where the DX lens becomes really valuable. Digital Employee Experience, the show's whole focus, is fundamentally about how technology feels to the people using it. A great DX strategy doesn't just deploy powerful tools. It ensures those tools are intuitive, relevant, and genuinely helpful in the context of someone's actual workday. AI adoption fails when that human-centered design is missing. Ben has written about this extensively, the idea that HR and IT need to stop operating in separate silos when it comes to AI. In most organizations, IT owns the tools and HR owns the people. But AI sits right at the boundary of both. If those two functions aren't deeply aligned on strategy, communication, and measurement, you get a gap and employees fall right into it. What does that alignment look like in practice? It means HR is involved early in technology selection, not just asked to run a change management playbook after the platform is already chosen. It means IT understands the workforce implications of the tools they're deploying. And it means both functions are using shared metrics to understand whether adoption is actually working. On the research side, Ben's team has been tracking how organizations are structuring their AI governance. Who owns the decisions about how AI is used with employees? In many companies, that's still unclear. Is it the CHRO? The CIO? A newly created AI ethics committee?